Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back, hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here. Rock Cod Rick's under the weather today. He'll be back tomorrow to celebrate our 26th anniversary on the air with Captain Tim Ekstrom from the Royal Star. Bill Boyce, photographer, TV host, Destination Baja Sur's, his new show. That's just very excited to go see that show and having a lot of fun talking fishing and photography and travel with Mr. Bill Boyce, who's been around here for a long time. You want to join us? A line open at 877-792-1090. 877-792-1090. 858-457-1090. All those lines are full, but keep on trying. We'll get you through. You have a chance to win a 3-quarter-day trip on the San Diego from C4 Sport Fishing. I know Captain Ryan Bossian yesterday had limits of yellowtail down at the Coronado Islands. A lot of good fishing going on for yellowtail, and you heard earlier in the show about that yellowfin tuna moving in from Mike Pritchard on the tribute there. So a lot of good stuff going on, and now it's time to find out what's biting. Our fishdope.com report today, sponsored by Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Fisherman's Processing is San Diego's finest. That's why they're known as the Fish Pros. And once you try them, they're going to get hooked. They'll fillet and vacuum pack your fish to your specs. It's table ready. When they cut it, you open the package, you get it on the grill or in the oven, whatever way you do it. They also do great jerky and, of course, that famous tuna burger, too. Check fishermansprocessing.com for more details, or just see them when your trip returns to the San Diego landing. Let's start it off with our fishdope.com reporter, Captain Mark Wish from Pacific Edge. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Pete. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, buddy. So, another incredible week. Even with the remnants of Lydia that were working offshore there last weekend, we managed to pull it out. But without a doubt, biggest news, biggest fish is certainly that bluefin bite, man. It's been nothing short of fantastic for several days there. But the setup is changing, and the fish are definitely moving around. They kind of pushed into the 181, 182 zone there on the ridge, and then it right back out to the 43 where it was the week previous. And straight big ones, though. Very little signal on that fish under 100 pounds when they're out there on the 43, and they're biting that fly line sardine pretty well on the heavier gear. And then they moved again. They kind of backtracked right to where they were up in that east end of Clemente outside the desperation zone, 81, 86, all that's holding fish right now. Unfortunately, it was in the wind. The weather was rugged for most of the week here. Better now, fortunately. Still a little choppy, though. But a lot of tankers in the mix. Man, it's just, God, it's amazing the grade of fish. And you need to fish that heavy gear, guys, when you're on that bigger stuff there. That 1680 is the way to go. The biologists were saying last year that this year's crop was going to be bigger and, you know, as they grow so fast. And, boy, were they right on, man. It's just amazing the amount of good grade fish here.
Wow. And they're eating 60, 80. Love it.
Yeah, it's insane. And although that bluefin is getting all the headlines, the yellowfin are getting back in the mix finally, and they're, amazingly enough, exhibiting some more traditional behavior. They're actually starting to bite jigs. And we've had a few years where they just have not been biting the jigs all that well for who knows what reason. But, you know, like you heard Mike from the tribute there with his report a few minutes back, you know, a triple jig strike in the dark, and then follow that up with a quintuple jig strike, I think he said. And then some of the boats that were out there yesterday were getting steady jig strikes on that yellowfin and skipjack. That really bodes well. They're down there. The upper edge of that fish is kind of in the hidden bank zone, trickles all the way down to that lower 500. It's a pretty good area of fish. But looks like it's maybe moving up a little bit, and that's really good news. And then closer to home, the same story on that yellowfin tuna. Man, they're biting jigs again. It's so gratifying to hear them getting back to normal. And look at that area from outside the 14 down to the 277, and then out farther towards that mackerel bank, you find the right dolphin school. It's good grade dolphin. They're like 25 to 40 pounds up here in this area, nice ones. And it's biting cedar plugs, daisy chains, rapalas, yozuris, all the stuff they used to bite. They're starting to do it again. Yeah.
Wow.
So you get a jig strike, throw some bait, fly line some sardines back there, and it's game on. It's fun stuff, man. It's time to go fishing. It's just looking good, guys.
Yeah, fishdope.com had it. I know you reported to Danny and the boys over there at Fishdope, keeping posted what's going on about finally some real fishing going on here in Southern California, what is supposed to be there. And, Mark, I know fishdope.com always reports it. $20 off a new membership to Fishdope using the code HOOKUPNOW. Lowercase, no space. HOOKUPNOW is the code to get fishdope.com. And, Mark, how do we find you?
Pete, we're in Huntington Beach. We're on the corner of Bolsa-Chica and Edinger, the big Chevron station there. And the phone number at the store is area code 714-840-4262. The website's PacificEdgeTackle.com. Seriously, guys, it's good fishing. It's time to go.
Time to go, and the weather's supposed to be great this week, finally. And
finally.
Our September weather is finally here, so let's go fishing. And, Mark, I want to make reference to tomorrow, our 26th anniversary on the air. You've been with us, I'm going to say, for 25 years and 6 months, I'm going to say, something like that, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And I actually feel a little cheated. I thought it was 27 years, but I guess we're only at 26.
September of 1991, yeah.
That's just crazy. And I remember so well when Ed Dillon, that used to work with us at the store there, he said, you know, if you listen to this new fishing show, and I said, actually, I haven't. He said, well, you should listen. So I did, obviously, and he said, you know, you should be the private boat guy. You should call that Pete guy up. So I did, and here we are, 25 and a half years later.
It's awesome. Private
crazy.
Boater buddy, Mark Wish. Well, thanks a lot for all your many, many years, and hopefully we can do it for another 25 or 26.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking, man. We're just having more and more fun every day. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
Why not? Well, thanks, Mark.
Mark.
Appreciate all you do,
and
we'll talk to you next Saturday.
You got it.
All right. Marcos, C4 Sport Fishing. Good morning, Marcos.
Good morning, guys. How you doing today?
Hey. Great. We heard from Mike Pritchard earlier in the show about that yellowfin tuna biting the jigs. You got to love that.
Yeah, it sounds like pretty good fishing out there. And, you know, it's like we've always talked about, September, October tend to be pretty good fishing. A little lighter loads, but still great fishing there on those overnights. The half days, still catching a nice mix of fish with those yellowtail, bonita, barracuda, calico bass, and bottom fishing in the mix there. 3/4 day down at the island, still catching lots of yellowtail, occasional dorado, some bonito in there. All around good fishing. We've had some nice weather. It's not quite as hot as it was last time I talked to you, but still some nice weather. So definitely check the website, seaforthlanding.com. Have our full schedule up there for those half days, those 3/4 days, those 1 days, some day and a half in the mix, some longer trips coming up also. Again, you can see the full schedule up there. You can make reservations online. You can always give us a call at the office, 619-224-3383. Come down, visit us in person. Definitely not time to put away your gear yet. Lots of good fishing so to be had here.
No kidding. And, I mean, this is the time of the year when, generally speaking, the weather is good, fishing's good. Bill's shaking his head, right, Bill?
I love September.
Ready to go fishing in September, October right now. And
favorite time of year to fish here.
And I know I was down in that area where Captain Ryan Bastian was yesterday, fishing right near him on my boat. And I know that they just absolutely whacked that yellowtail down there on the San Diego.
Oh, yeah, great fishing there yesterday for him. And a little tough to find those weekend open parties on the San Diego, but if you have some time off during the week, lots of opportunities to hop on there and get down there and do that.
You bet. All right. Thank you, Marcos. Appreciate that. C4 Sport Fishing. Get on down there, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
We'll talk to you then, guys.
All right. Let's head down to the Baja. Rick Jensen from Sport Fishing Financial is on the line, and fresh back from Cedros. Good morning, Rick.
Yeah. Hey, Pete and Bill, how's it going, Bill?
Good, RJ. How about you, buddy?
I'm doing good. I always have to give you a lot of credit for, the great time I spend in Baja with my son as he was growing up, watching your enthusiasm on the shows. You never missed a show. And the first time we ran into you at Fred Hall, he was excited, and he said, hey, there's Bill Boyce. And,
that's hilarious.
I know you do a lot for the kids and inspire the adults, and letting people know about Baja the way that you do has been a great thing for years. Really enjoy it.
Well, that makes it worthwhile, Rick. Thanks so much for that, boss. So you just came back from Cedros.
Yeah, we flew down on Monday, and we weren't even sure we were going to be able to make it because I guess the island doesn't take the rain all that well. But we got in on Monday, and the flight down, we saw some rough conditions heading south down the coast. And when we got into town, it was on the improve every day. We started out really targeting calicos on the south end, and I had never fished from the island. I've never been on the island. I fished offshore and targeted some tuna going up and down or some yellowtail, but the calico bass fishing really is everything everybody says.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Oh,
it's insane.
So
it's like fishing California 150 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to the point where I was just using, full-size surface irons with the barbs almost bent down from so many releases and making it easy, and why mess with anything else that the occasional barracuda or barracuda or bonita would tear up. So we focused on those for the first day, and I had a client down there of mine, Jim Henderson, who it was new to him, and then Abe, who's an employee over at AFCO, a friend of mine, and Craig were down there with us, and they all fished primarily from the kayaks, and even my wife Nanette spent some time on the kayaks, and Jim and I were on the Ponga kind of scouting around looking for the conditions to settle in, and throughout the week the yellowtail got more and more concentrated on the big bait balls there, and a couple of big surprises for me on the island was how close to shore we managed to catch Dorado. I mean, we were literally quarter mile and seeing Dorado, half a mile and catching Dorado
on the kayaks.
I did not on the kayak. We got those on slow trolled mackerel, from the Ponga. But the kayak surprise of the week was Jeff was going in for one of our midday barbecues that they had on the beach, sirloin steak burgers, and he was paddling around in that area tight to the beach. And he thought that on the trolled lure behind the kayak, right offshore, right onshore, he had hooked a sea line and ended up being a yellowfin tuna in, just 20, 30 feet of water.
Wow, that's cool.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Wow, and Cedros kayak fishing going down with Jeff and staying at his beautiful house. Did your wife enjoy being down there?
Yeah, she loves Baja, and she, it was a surprise to us, even though we heard about how much Jeff has everything figured out, to every day come back in the afternoon and see our clothes separately folded on the table or on the bed. And, he's got 5-star service with 4 or 5 different people that are working there with him full time, and all the logistics and everything that he's put down there and the way that he runs the program, all the way up to the barbecued sirloin burgers on the beach with a yellowfin tuna hanging right on the beach. It's really something. He does a great job.
He does. No wonder it's sold out for this year and about half sold already for next year, right?
Living large.
And, he's got both covered with the Pongas and the kayaks. And the kayaks that he has down there with the sonar and the bait wells and, the full outfit and his trailer and the team of guys and the 2 Pongas to run them anywhere. It's not like you have to paddle all the way down the island. You can throw those things on the Ponga and head 20 miles down the beach, and you're in a whole different region, and you deploy them from the beach there. And really was an interesting experience. That island has a lot going on, and I think it's going to be getting better and better in this season. We were there really during the transition from the storm settling, and I think the offshore tuna fish is going to start to stack up there pretty steady as well.
Great adventure. CedrosKayakFishing.com. Check it out. Get on it and have fun with it. And Rick, our next adventure is Palmas de Cortez for the Sport Fishing Financial Let's Talk Hookup Statewide Stripes tournament coming October 12th. Going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're excited about that. I think I guess I'm heading down with you and staying on with some clients for even another few days down there. So we'll be staying at Palmas de Cortez for about 10 days there, and that's going to be relaxing.
No, lucky devil. All right. Well, if somebody wants more information, hook up with Rick Jensen, get an analysis, make sure that your financial needs are met. Rick is the guy, and he'll even take you fishing, too. How do we need to do that, John?
Yeah, find me on the web at sportsfishingfinancial.com, and always can give me a call at 949-481-1807.
All right. Thanks, Rick. Welcome back. Glad you had such a great trip to Cedros Kayak Fishing. We'll talk to you next Saturday.
Okay, guys.
Hey, see you, Rick.
That is our Catch Report today, sponsored in part by Gamakatsu Hooks. Drive the point home. Gamakatsu features the absolute perfect bends and ideal barbs to allow your baits to swim harder and longer. And when they do fall victim to the intended predator, Gamakatsu bites back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same, and you'll know it if you use Gamakatsu. That's what you need for infinite success. Phones are packed up. They want to talk to you, Bill. So let's talk to Joel calling us from Los Angeles. Good morning, Joel. Thanks for listening to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
I want to ask Bill about the skiffs.
Yeah.
The Hobie Power Skiff.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, we've had a ton of fun with that. It's it's a legendary skiff from the 80s. Phil Edwards, big wave surfer from Hawaii that designed them all. Well, he is Hobie, right? All the kayaks and the catamarans and
SUPs, everything. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, back in the early 80s, he wanted to make the ultimate, little 15-foot. It was actually like a surf rescue skiff. So they were trusting that little Hobie over in Hawaii to come into that big surf and pick up surfers out of harm's way and get them out of there alive, right? So they basically built it to be like a little unsinkable, bitchin' little maneuverable boat. And I always loved the Hobie Power Skiff. And I just kind of lost touch with it. I never owned one. I knew some friends that had one. And about a year and a half ago, I got a call from the guy who's making them down in Long Beach. And he goes, I think I'm missing the ball on this boat. I mean, I don't sell many of them to fishermen. I sell a lot of them to, just to skiff owners. But would you like to come down and make this thing into a fishing boat? So I went down there and I teamed up and I built two different models, a flats boat and a center console, and I just dialed this boat to the max for fishing. Lots of tackle storage, 12 3700 planos in it. So
wow.
You don't have to have tackle
built
boxes. None, all built in. 22-gallon bait tank, 80-quart Engel cooler flip seat, washdown systems. Oh, no, this boat is so dialed. It only weighs 11.
How big is it?
It's a 15-foot.
Yeah.
But it fits in a garage. It only weighs 1,100 pounds, so you can tow it with a little 4-cylinder car.
Wow.
Yeah. And super good on fuel. I mean, the standard package are 30-horse Suzukis, which push them a little over 30 miles an hour. But, Joel, I think the boats that you guys had seen at the Fred Hall shows, I had a 50-horse on that flats boat, which is like a bass boat, bay boat, and then I had a 60-horse on that center console. And we put 24-gallon fuel tanks under the decks on those boats.
Wow.
So that was a big improvement because the original Hobie was a 12-gallon tank above the decks, like under the seat.
Yeah.
So we lowered the center of gravity of the boat. We've got 18-gallon and 24-gallon options on them, so that really gives you a lot of range for Baja guys. I mean, you can fish 4 or 5 days without fueling up in Baja.
Great.
Yeah.
It's great because it's easy to tow.
Yep.
Economic to tow and easy to beach launch, too,
and you can put them on those little dirt roads because it's so light on a trailer, right?
Yeah.
So you can take them to some really remote areas in Baja and launch them, and they're so speedy.
Yeah.
And that's 60 horse. Joel, check this out. I had some sea trials 2 weeks ago down in San Diego, and I met these guys in Mission Bay. Now, Mission Bay, anybody knows San Diego. Mission Bay on a Saturday in the summer, it's just crazy. It's just all watercraft and jet skis, and nobody's water skiing. It's way too rough for water skiing. So the only people doing anything with a rope is people on a raft or an inner tube being towed around by a booze cruiser.
Yeah.
So I got out there, and I got these clients on the boats. I'm thinking, this is just not good conditions, because we've taken them around Long Beach Harbor at, 45 miles an hour in the inner harbor. But I never had them in really, really choppy seas like that. This thing was like a little Porsche, like a motocross bike going across that stuff. And all three guys that rode the boat, they would, give me the throttle. That thing. Everybody couldn't wait to ride it. And we got it up at 42 miles an hour across that chop.
Wow.
It blew our minds.
Wow.
And those little Suzukis are just unbelievable little motors.
So how do you get one?
Well, you can order it through me. You can get a hold of me at 661. 202-0080. And I
have email too?
Email's boyceimage@msn.com.
BOYCE image at MSN.com.
So you can email me. And then we've got packages, Joel, anywhere from like $19.99, so $20,000 for a boat, up to around, for the really seriously decked out Boyce version fishing center console. With a 60 Suzuki, you're looking at about $26,500 with a
boat motor
30 hook Suzuki. Yeah, boat motor trailer, 30 horse Suzuki on that full-fledged fishing one. It's about $24,500. Right. Yeah, man.
Amazing.
So, yeah, and they're super light. You can tow them, and kayaks are fun to fish out of, but man, when you get in a little boat that's got all the amenities, now all of a sudden it fits in the same amount of space in your garage as a couple of kayaks on a trailer. It's a whole other ballgame,
Pretty cool.
But thanks for calling in on that, Joel.
Yeah, appreciate it, Joel. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Bart Hall! You know that guy?
Oh, Bart Hall. That name sounds so familiar.
Bart Hall?
What's up, Bart?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, man.
My God, I feel like I've had 10 cups of coffee listening to Bill.
I've only had one.
I got a story, though. I got to tell you this.
What's that?
Bill, is quite the artist as well as the ultimate fisherman as well. And he had this Dorado that was etched in glass, and it was lit from the back so that you could when you looked at it, it was green, and it looked like slightly green and with white highlights, and it looked like it was underwater. And you could see the line coming out of the fish's mouth, and it was beautiful, and it was desk size. And I said, Bill, I think I'd like to have one of those for my desk. And about 3 weeks later, 4 guys pull up with a truck and haul in this thing that's 3 feet high and 4 feet wide.
Wow.
Nice paperweight.
And I'll tell you what, I have a lot of inanimate fish art. As a matter of fact, Jenny says you can have no more inanimate fish in this house.
Jenny. Well.
Yeah, she's restricted me, but that is the one that stops everyone. It is so awesome. Beautiful. It's so lifelike. You know, his images. We have images in our office of Bill's fishing images all over the Fred Hall office. So I look at them every day.
That's awesome.
And just think how wonderful it is. I just want to say thank you, Bill, for all that stuff you do.
Bart, that's huge, brother. Well, your show started me off. I would have never made a penny in the industry in my art had I not had the Fred Hall shows to bring my stuff out there. And It's such a great venue. And now it's just like it's almost a big fraternity party showing up every year. You know, you get a booth to sell stuff, but really it's all about just seeing great friends and folks you've had in the industry for so many years. It's just such a wonderful.
It's the coming out party for the fishing season.
It is, man. And what you do for this industry, Bart, your family history in it all. There's a lot of people that hang a lot of hats on what you've done for us.
Yeah.
We're in it together. You know.
Dig that.
All right. Well, nice to hear from you, Bart.
Say hi and thank you.
Heck yes, man. Bart, good hearing from you, buddy. Always a pleasure.
Thanks for the call this morning, Bart. You know. Are you an Alaska fan, Bill?
Big Alaska. I used to work up there for Tongass National Forest.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I love Alaska.
I love Alaska.
And we have, fortunately in doing, as you know, from traveling all around the world and everywhere, you find out what the good lodges are and you find out what the not so good lodges are. Unfortunately, we have 3 of the best lodges in Alaska that are our sponsors because we selected them. We hand-selected them to be a part of the show. Whalers Cove Lodge, Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. Whalers Cove Lodge, our trip's already sold out for next August. I know Kingfisher Charters, we have 1 or 2 spots left on that for June of next year in Sitka, Alaska. Our newest sponsor is a place that I've been going to for quite a while, and it's probably one of my favorite Alaska destinations, that Katmai Lodge on the Alagnak River in the King Salmon area, Bristol Bay area of Alaska. Bristol Bay, of course, famous by Deadliest Catch. They have that giant run of sockeye salmon that come into Bristol Bay. It's real, true tundra Alaska. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. And our trip last year became so popular that we decided to do 2 trips this year.
Did you really?
The first one in 2018. First one's going to be in July, which is the prime time for the sockeye, the king salmon, a giant Alagnak trout, and such like that. It's going to be the Let's Talk Hookup Davis Boats trip. Rock Hard Rick will be hosting that trip, and that's going to be July 14th through 18th. Has a few spots left. And then the newest one we're adding that myself and Pete Giacalone from Cussler Yachts are going to host, and that is our Trophy Trout and Silver Salmon special. That's August 25th through the 29th. And we've cut a great deal. Remote Alaska is a very expensive trip. And all of Alaska. It's, you can pretty much count on $1,000 a day. We've made the deal of a lifetime with Katmai Lodge on both the trips. We've got them down to $39.95 plus your airfare. And on our trip for the Trophy Trout and Silver Salmon season, which is August 25th through the 29th, absolutely one of the most incredible experiences you ever have. They're also going to throw in a free flyout. Say that 10 times real fast. Free flyout. Included in that $39.95 fly on their very own Otter float plane that takes you to the remote destinations like the famous Moraine River, the American River. You're literally fishing in the rivers with brown bears, while the sockeye salmon who have taken about a 70-mile journey up there, sitting behind, and basically you're sight fishing to 30-inch rainbow trout.
Right.
It's unbelievable. I've done it. It is the most incredible experiences I've ever had on water in my life. And if you want to try that experience, come with us next year. They fill up very, very quickly. Check Katmai.com for more information. Katmai Lodge next July or August with us. Join us while the trip still has availability, and please be there with us. Another big event Have you ridden on a Seakeeper boat yet?
I have not ridden on a Seakeeper.
Dude. Seakeeper is an amazing device. So here's your opportunity. They're going to have several locations, but Dana Landing next weekend, September 15th through the 17th, they'll be at Dana Landing with the Seakeeper boat, which Berkeley Andrews is actually fishing in a marlin tournament right now on the Seakeeper boat over in Catalina, and he's going to call in and give us a report tomorrow on that. But the Seakeeper boat will be at Dana Landing in Mission Bay right there, next to the Dana Launch Ramp, right next to Fastlane Kinex, right next to Blue Seas Fabrication, the Sea Deck people, right there at Dana Landing, the 15th through the 17th. And if you want to go be amazed and get on aboard one of these boats, the Seakeeper boat will be there next weekend, so be sure to check that out.
And they're making those for small boats now.
Yes. Thanks for bringing that up.
Unbelievable what
it
does.
In 2018, they're going to have one that you can put on a 25 Parker.
That's insane.
How about that?
Yeah. A gyro on a small boat.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah. In fact, it was funny. I was at Coronado Islands yesterday on my 36 Pacifica. It's a great boat, but it was a little rolly yesterday. And, the boats, a boat in rolly seas has a tendency to roll a little bit. We went by a boat that I know has a Seakeeper on it. Bill McQuetty's boat. The thing was just like a tank. It wasn't moving, and the guys were like, "Why isn't that boat rocking?" I said, "Because it's got a Seakeeper on it. That's why." So yeah, pretty impressive stuff. So take a ride, be amazed next weekend at Dana Landing, the 15th through the 17th on a Seakeeper boat. When we come back, your phone calls. I promise we're going to blast through them. Stand by. More from Bill Boyce. Let's talk hookup. Mighty 1090.
If you've been searching for that perfect inshore and offshore boat, Defiance is the one. Go far and stay dry is the Defiance slogan. And that is exactly what you get in these overbuilt, trailerable offshore boats. Inland Boat Center has the Defiance you are looking for in stock, ready to fish. A huge 2.5-acre indoor showroom and over 300 new and pre-owned boats for everyone. Family owned and operated. Their customer service is the finest available. They take trades of all types and offer amazing financing deals. Check out Inland Boat Center's inventory of Defiance Pilot House boats online, including the Admiral 22 and the San Juan 25. Solid construction with no wood to ever rot. Defiance boats are built to last. It is the peak of the season, and the Defiance boat deals have never been better. Along with great financing, you could be fishing next week in your new boat for much less than you ever thought possible. Inland Boat Center, 681 East Jacinto in Paris. Check the website for the current inventory and more at inlandboatcenter.com. No matter the fishing conditions, count on the Seaguar family of fluorocarbon leader material to help you catch more fish. Fluoro Premier has a smaller diameter with the highest break strength. Plus, it is super soft. When bites are tough, tie on Fluoro Premier. Blue Label is tough as nails with incredible abrasion resistance and impact strength. And new Pink Label is the choice for tough light conditions, giving you a little more visibility for better line control. Pick up a spool of Seaguar at your favorite tackle dealer or visit seaguar.com.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know: CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. A spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or a fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For more than 58 years, the American Fishing Tackle Company has been recognized as the premier manufacturer of precision-built offshore fishing tackle. AFCO continues this tradition today with an innovative technical fishing clothing line designed and built by fishermen for fishermen. From our next-generation waterproof shorts like Tactical or Stealth to our new anhydrous waterproof jacket and bibs, the entire AFCO clothing line is purpose-built with the latest AFTEC fabrics and features designed to deliver for the demanding angler. To find AFCO products, go to AFCO.com and find a a dealer near you.
It's time to get excited about fishing, and Point Loma Sport Fishing has everything you'll need. They offer half-day and three-quarter-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit their website at pointlomasportfishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627.
XEBRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader. The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090. Don't forget, tomorrow, 26th anniversary, Let's Talk Hookup on the air with Captain Tim Ekstrom from the Royal Star. Tim is fresh off the boat. He's going to have some insight on all the good local and long-range fishing for us. So tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m., right back here on the Mighty 1090. And we have Bill Boyce in here talking fishing, talking about his new show, Destination Baja Sur, on Amazon Prime and WFN and all those different networks. You can tune in right now and see last year's season. When can we see this coming season?
It starts airing in January.
January.
Yep, 2018. We're on Pursuit Channel for the first 26 weeks. Then we go back to WFN starting in July.
Okay.
But we'll be on Amazon Prime and Pursuit Channel starting in January.
Starting in January with the brand new season.
Mm-hmm. And right now, you can still watch season 1 on Pursuit Channel. We're on once or twice a week, and then 4 times a week on WFN still. So, yeah.
And then and how many episodes were there?
13.
13 episodes. Yeah. So and Amazon Prime, it's still on Amazon Prime too. So all right, we're going to have to check that out.
Thanks,
all right, let's go ahead and jump into the phones. Lou in Fullerton, you're on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, Lou.
Hey, good morning, Rick. You're sounding pretty good these days. Hey, Bill.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Lou?
Hey, Bill. Hey, have you dove any above your area of Baja Sur goes all the way north to the boundary of Baja North, right there, Punta Francisquito. Have you ever done any diving or photographing in the midrifts at all?
I have. I've done a ton. I've got a house in Bahia de Los Angeles. So I
do you really?
Yeah, I've done that. I've had a place there since 1980, man. I just love the midrifts. And
so do we.
It's just an amazing place. I mean, scientifically,
magical.
It is magical. The bait production in that area, the fisheries that come in and out of there, throughout the course of a 12-month year, is to me it's one of the most productive areas I've ever been in my life, anywhere in the world. The midrifts. Yeah, man. And Lou, obviously you've been there and you've experienced it. It's
absolutely.
Yeah, it's second to none to see the bait bait schools and the fish and the bird life, the whales. I mean, it's just magic.
Yeah, and you tow your skiff down there and launch and you fish among theirs. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's nothing like that.
Mm-mm.
Can I find any of those photographs on your website?
Let's see. I've got some stuff. I've got some yellowtail shots from there. I've got some grouper shots from there. The website, I actually pulled the website, theboyceimage.com. I pulled it down because I was like I said, I was taking orders for photos and I wasn't around to ship them, and I didn't want to piss anybody off or make me look bad in the process. Sure. So I'll probably I'll rebuild the website when I kind of get out of the TV thing in a few years. But
do you have Destination Baja Sur website?
Yes. In fact, we're rebuilding that now too. We have a really nice. We're putting all our episodes in it and so we should have that up in another couple of weeks. So it'll be destinationbahasur.com.
Okay.
But we're redesigning that site actually as we speak.
Cool. Hey, very good.
But
thanks a lot.
Love the midriff, huh, buddy?
Love it.
Yeah, great spot. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Appreciate that. Rob in La Jolla, you're next up on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, hey guys, I got to tell you, Pete, it's and Bill, a 5-star show today. I tell you, it's great, man. I could listen to Bill all day.
It's a lot of fun. His enthusiasm is contagious.
I am curious to know, Bill, what your most challenging, either above water or below water, experiences you had anywhere, mainly the Baja, that you've come across.
Wow. Let's see. As far as difficulty. Well, let's see. I would have to say it was really tough. We were trying to jump in on some striped marlin last year out of Mag Bay because that fishery finally came back again. Bait balls of big sardine and lots of striped marlin. So we went out one day with Chris Jones, who's a guide out of La Paz and also has a nice little operation over in Bahia Magdalena over there in San Carlos. Mag Bay. So he says, hey, why don't you guys come out? You're going to see 1,000 marlin. You know, you got to get over here. So we drove up from Cabo. We went out with Chris, and he was right. We probably saw over 1,000 marlin last year in November. Thing is, they're on these bait balls, and as long as there's no wind, right, and those bait balls are being put in one spot, and you got 20, 30 striped marlin on it, keep it in one spot, you can get in on those and get some pretty cool shots. But when we got up there, the wind started blowing. And what happens when the wind starts blowing? Those bait balls are right up there on the surface, and they start moving pretty fast downwind. And my God, we jump in on them, and those things just blow away from us. Oh, it was just maddening to see that much activity on the surface. And we could have caught 30 striped marlin that day if we wanted. But we were there to film them and fish them and have a good time. Just experience it. And we ended up catching, 12, 13, 14 marlin. All my camera guys are they were hooked up, because we had so much fish on film we didn't need anymore, so everybody's just getting into it. But I got to tell you, Rob, probably the toughest thing we had was actually getting in on a ball that would stay in one place long enough to get that shot. Exactly, because the wind.
So what's it like jumping in with a bunch of striped marlin that have big swords on their bills, right?
Well, you know what I mean? You look at the fish, it's kind of daunting, right?
Yeah.
But you realize right away that they're so focused on the bait. They could really care less about you.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the best way to do that and photograph it is with a tank. You can free dive. Free dive, you can just jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. But you're just held into being underwater for maybe 40 seconds, a minute, maybe a minute and 20 seconds. I mean, some good free divers can be down to 2-3 minutes, but even then, it's not going to do you much good. Really, you got to get on. If you had a tank, and you get way up in front of those schools that are coming downwind at you, and you jump in and you get down to like 30 feet, then you could film, because now you're just in the water waiting for them to come in on you. Then you could have got that footage.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we didn't have any tanks with us. We just were free diving the stuff. And I think had we had tanks, we could have banged the footage.
Yeah.
So
amazing.
It's just
great
awesome.
Footage.
It is. And you know what? It's way better than catching them.
I can
just
imagine.
be in the water.
I'd
and
love to
seeing
do that sometime.
Blow your mind.
And so no fear, jumping in with a whole school of billfish, no fear whatsoever. Getting
not really, no. Once you do it, you realize the fish don't care less about you. I mean, there's times when that little bait ball goes from 500, 800, 1,000 baits down to 20 or 30. Yeah. Now those 20 or 30 baits are right up in your neck, up in your armpits, in your chest, hiding, because now all of a sudden you're a piece of flotsam.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm sure you've probably had this.
Hairball.
You've probably had this experience before. I was down in Key West with the Shimano guys, and jumped in the water with a bunch of tarpon. And then they start throwing bait on top of me. 150 pounds of tarpon within 2 inches of my face. Never touched me.
Nope.
I mean, dozens of them just like slashing on this bait as the guys are laughing, throwing chunks of bait on top of me. But they never touch you.
Yeah.
They're just so keyed in on that bait, and they could care less about you.
And that's
probably
what you realize.
Same type of thing,
it
right?
is. And Rob might attest as he does some diving. They're so maneuverable in the water.
Yes.
That's just
much more maneuverable than we are.
Oh, it's
no doubt. Good question, Rob.
Hey,
Thanks a lot for
Rob.
joining us. Appreciate that very much. Tom in San Diego, you're next up. Good morning, Tom.
Well, good morning. I especially want to say hi to Bill. Saw him at the CCA dinner with his lovely assistant, who I think I first met about 8 years ago.
All right. Yeah, that's Annette.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. And hey, your midriff. I got a quick fish report for you, but your midriff islands. How far are those from San Felipe?
From San Felipe, it's a pretty good run. From Felipe, it's probably about 150 miles south, I would think, something like that.
Yeah, further on down. Okay.
Yeah. Out of LA Bay, though, you can go out to the south end of Lagora Island. It's about a 28-mile run.
Yeah, amazing. I think I'd heard of those a little bit, but looking it up just now, they call it the Galapagos of Baja,
right?
It is.
It really is. It seriously is. Oh, the place is magic.
Beautiful spot, huh?
And very few boaters.
Really?
The Pongueros will go there maybe for the day and
like
come
nothing
back.
There.
But to go there and actually spend the night at the islands and be able to...
mind-numbing. Magical.
Yeah, and there's a lot of marlin out there that nobody really fishes. Talk to Ollie at Bloody Backs. He does some multi-day trips out there. And in the summertime, there's a ton of blue and striped marlin out there that nobody fishes.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that. Let's talk to John in Long Beach. John, you're next up on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Great show as usual, and I just want to tell Bill his work that he does, photography, is just I'm into kind of a amateur photographer, but his stuff is just absolutely phenomenal. It's just
Thanks, John.
the color and the clarity. It's just spectacular.
No, thanks a million, man. That stuff's tough to do. You know, the more you shoot, you realize, doggone it. You know? Thanks for that.
Yeah,
though.
what do you have some type of special high-tech underwater camera?
Yeah, what I've got, I shoot with a Canon 5D3. So it's a great camera above the water, and it's a full-frame sensor, so you get, your lenses are all, full frame. But I've got a housing. I've got an Ike-Light housing for it and a flash. And
it was a full single-lens reflex camera?
Yeah, but you can shoot video and stills with it.
Oh, wow.
So I can literally be shooting video, just click a switch, and I'm shooting stills. So we shoot a lot of our underwater scenes on the show with it. But it's such a versatile camera. It's just an absolute workhorse. And those Ike-Light housings are actually very reasonably priced for underwater housings, and they're clear plastic. So anytime, if you were ever to get like a drip in it, you can see it. Whereas a lot of these other housings, they're just aluminum. You can't see it. You don't know your camera's gone until it's just
gone.
Whereas the Ike-Light, oh my God, I'm getting a drip through this one little port. I need to get back up.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about the Ike-Light product. But yeah, man. So you shoot with some really, really good gear like that, and doing as many years as I've done, I kind of know when I need to shoot something like underexposed to get a better exposure. You don't just let your camera shoot automatic all the time. You'll get some great shots doing that, but a lot of times I've got to override it from automatic and play with my flash settings and stuff to really get those colors to pop as you've seen in the booth.
Now, obviously, for Destinations Baja, sure, you must have another cameraman that comes with you. But do you shoot some of that with you?
Yeah, I shoot. Well, we got two camera guys, so I shoot a lot of the underwater stuff
yourself.
Myself. And then we got two topside camera guys. Daryl Van Slack, who's been my producer and director for many years. We've worked together since the WFN days, 6 or 7 years together. And then we've got a couple other guys that fill in with camera work to doing the above the water stuff. And both of them are really great scenic shooters. So we try to shoot the show scenically, beautifully, as well as just fishing action. And that's really kind of what separates the show, I think, from some of the other fishing shows. And that we do a lot of great scenery stuff, and the underwater stuff's good quality and
that's cool,
and fun stuff like that. But
fun.
Yeah.
Very good. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning,
Absolutely.
John.
Thanks,
Appreciate that. Let's talk to Bruce in Simi Valley. Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, good morning, Pete. How you doing, Bill?
Hey, what's up, Bruce?
Hey, not much, man. Hey, listen, I'm just really excited to be listening to the show today because I didn't know anything about your show, the Destination Baja Sur.
Cool.
And I'm a huge fan of Baja. I've been going down there for over 20 years and just about every year. Just love it down there. And also became a big fan of Chris Fisher and Brett McBride's Offshore Adventures.
They had a great show.
So that's just a great show. But anyway, I just wanted to find out if you could maybe share what you have found to be the most gratifying thing that's come out of all your different Baja journeys. Specifically, would you say it's been kind of more about the destinations that you've been to, or the people that you've encountered down there?
Definitely the people. The places are amazing. And you got to get off the road in Baja to see some of these little places. I know people have gone up and down that peninsula a million times and never gone into San Ignacio and seen the Mission. You know what I mean? Never pulled into like Hotel Serenidad and these famous little hideaways that are half a mile off the road.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you got to take some time and see that kind of stuff in Baja. Yeah. So really, to me, my favorite part of that is actually exploring some of these little hidden gems, I call them. But it's the people. Those people down there, they're so at ease with themselves.
Yeah.
Economically, they have nothing that the Americans have, but they seem to be even happier than us. You know what I mean?
For sure.
There's just something about
Spanish,
the heart.
Bill?
I butcher the language. I know enough to get by, but
Yeah,
I always say I know enough to get in trouble, but I don't know enough to get out of trouble.
Get out of trouble. Yeah.
But
and you don't need to. You can communicate.
You don't, because nowadays a lot of the Mexicans speak great English. It's never been easier to travel to Baja, as you know. He mentioned he's been traveling up and down the peninsula for 20 years. You can certainly recall when gas stations were very few and far between. You had to have 5 gallons of gas with you. Nowadays, there's gas stations everywhere. You can use a credit card to buy your fuel. The accommodations up and down the highway, the highway conditions have never been better. It has never been easier to travel to Baja. And yet the people are the same, amazingly warm, giving, smiles on their faces. They accept us. Yep. It's a really easy country to travel in. Yeah, man.
That's
cool. A great question.
Jeff,
thanks for asking
or Bruce, thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Yeah,
Jeff
Bruce.
in Santee. Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, good morning, guys. Really enjoying the show there this morning, and special thanks for the El Cajon Ford event last weekend. That was really, really cool.
That was a great time.
Yeah, I just a quick question. I know they had a little storm blow through down south there, and I just I'm trying to plan a trip here with some friends to go down to East Cape and all that. I was just wondering, have you guys heard anything about the conditions down there since that storm blew through?
Yeah, earlier in the show this morning, Jack Nielsen from Accurate called, and he's down there and said that roads are open, airport's open, business as usual.
Yep. I got an email from the Bisbee tournament because there's a lot of folks, right, that want to go down to the Bisbee, and it's coming up in mid-October. A lot of people concerned. And so Wayne put out a beautiful email really, really documenting how things have come back, pretty much 90%.
Yeah.
All the resorts, the marina, everything's great. IGY Marina is one of the sponsors to our show, and I talked to Darren Carey down there, the manager of the marina, and everything's back up to snuff there. And so, yeah, the resorts are going along, and the airport's obviously reopened, and the roads are opened again. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have any concern about going down there even next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
For sure. It's and it's amazing. You see some of the social media on the cleanup down there, and it seems like everybody pitches in.
They do.
Which is cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Those people are, like I said, they're a whole different breed, man.
Yeah.
Nothing rattles them.
Yeah.
Jeff, go down and have a great time, man. We're envious.
Enjoy it.
Okay,
Thanks
thank
a lot
you, guys.
for the call.
Absolutely.
Ed in Mira Mesa, just about a minute left for you, Ed.
Yeah, let's be real quick. Bill, they always seems to have storms and that down in Baja and that. Is there any place that I could, send a donation and make sure, to make sure that it does get there without someone else, handling it and that?
You know what? That's a really good question as well. I know some of the resorts were doing some stuff where they were taking their own staff and doing stuff, but they really weren't even looking for money. They were just looking for goods, clothing, blankets, that kind of thing. Not that that's easy to ship down there. It's mostly a call from people down there locally. As far as giving money, I wish I had, someone who I knew would be reliable to do that with. I don't have an idea on that.
Maybe the Red Cross. I know.
Maybe, yeah. I know the Bisbee do some stuff with the local fire department down there.
Local fire department.
Yeah, so you might want to go to the Bisbee.com website. There might be something that Wayne's had organized down there.
Maybe Discover Baja Travel would have an idea.
They might have definitely.
They do such a good job over there, and they're kind of a portal for Baja and travel in Baja and such like
Even
that.
the Tail Hunter. I think John and Jilly would probably know something for the La Paz area.
Yeah.
And
the Tail Hunter.
Yeah, they're always on top of that kind of stuff, and they do so much for the community.
But good question, though.
Great question.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate that. And when we come back, we're going to give away a 3/4-day trip on to San Diego, wrap things up with Bill and Destination Baja Sur, and tell you about tomorrow. So stay tuned. Southern California Sport Fishing Voices. Let's talk hookup on the mighty 1090.
It's long range season. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. It's all about tuna and wahoo this time of year, and the Yozuri Bonita high-speed trolling plug has been a staple in the long-range fleet for over 30 years. This jig has put more wahoo on the deck than any other lure, and we have a great stock now at Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Check out the new Yozuri Top Knot fluorocarbon leader material. It's invisible and abrasion resistant and draws a bite like no other. So for Yozuri lures, original Yozuri Pink, or the new Top Knot fluorocarbon, come see us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego or on the web at saltwatertackle.com. Fisherman's Landing is the top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hard-working crew is always looking for ways to improve your fishing experience. We offer the finest open party trips, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet. Fisherman's Landing is now a full-service sport fishing operation, offering great half-day and now 3/4-day open party trips. Book online at fishermanslanding.com. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
He's not just my fishing buddy. After 30 years, he's a brother, and I'd sure hate to lose him. His bass boat's got nothing to do with it. So I make sure both of us wear a life jacket. Save the ones you love, even if they don't own a fancy boat. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
When it comes to tackle storage, it's got to be Flambeau. Built to fish, built to last. Check out these new products designed just for anglers. The 2 new HD Series hard cases with thick customizable foam to protect your electronics when not in use. While the new HD HD Series Tough Boxes provide heavy-duty waterproof protection. Clear lids and O-ring seals keep water out while letting you see in. Flambeau's patented Z-Rust provides additional protection against rust and corrosion, keeping your valuables safe. For travel, protect your rods with a Tough Bazooka Rod Carrier. Available at Turner's Outdoorsman and other fine tackle retailers.
When you put on a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, the world begins to look different. Colors are more vivid. Contrast is clearer. Details are crisper. Wherever your vision leads you, beauty follows. With polarized lenses that eliminate glare and enhance color, Maui Jim sunglasses won't change the world. They'll change the way you see it. Color, clarity, detail. Maui Jim.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. D in Laguna Beach, you are the winner of a 3/4-day trip on the San Diego out of C4 Sport Fishing. Congratulations. Thanks for hanging in there, and sorry we weren't able to get to your call, but that just proves everybody that called that whether they were on hold or whether we got to you, eligible to win the prize every day. And Bill Boyce, never enough time to talk fishing with you and travel. I'm so excited about your new show. Give us the lowdown again.
Yeah, man, it's Destination Baja Sur, right? So we're on their second season. Won a couple of Telly Awards for Best Outdoor Travel Series and Best Cinematography this year. So we got some good accolades coming out of that. So just kind of gives you an idea of the production value to it. And, we'll be airing, we're airing currently on World Fishing Network and Pursuit Channel. And then we'll be, Season 2 will be airing in January on Pursuit. And then next July on WFN, and we're on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, man.
For free, if you're an Amazon Prime member. So
I know.
Yeah,
who
perfect.
wouldn't be nowadays?
Yeah,
$99 the best money you could spend.
Yeah. You get the TV and the whole deal. But anyway, and you're going to have a website soon.
Yes. Well, we had a website. We've taken it, we're adding stuff to it, and kind of redesigning it, actually. DestinationBajaSur.com. Sur is S-U-R.
S-U-R.
Which is the southern state of Baja.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you want to go see Bill's boat, it'll be for a few minutes down at Blue Seas Fabrication right there at Dana Landing right now, right?
I'm so stoked.
Now, is that the boat we see in the filming?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to have C-Deck on it now. You're going to love C-Deck.
Sick. It's so beautiful.
It's spoiler.
It is. It's like walking on sandals on that boat. So you can walk around barefoot and have really, really good grippy surface area, but it's really quiet for the boat. Tackle boxes and stuff don't.
Everything.
And it's
nothing skids on it. You know, I have a belief.
Okay.
C-Deck is either going to be on your boat in the future or it already is on the boat.
Roger.
Because once people figure it out, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You got to have it.
Yes.
For sure.
No, it's well, and the resale value it brings to your boat and everything else.
The look, the whole deal.
Oh, no, it's curb appeal.
You bet.
It's an awesome product. And those guys, you can't do better than those guys.
No,
Ken, Clay, Jimmy,
they're the best.
Allie, they're on it.
Hey, thanks a lot for listening today. Thank you, Bill. Great time having you in the studio. And tomorrow, our 26th anniversary on the air, celebrating with Captain Tim Ekstrom. Thank you very much. Tim Ekstrom, Royal Star Sport Fishing, will be here in the studio 7 to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thanks to Adam on the other side of the glass, doing it all for us. And we'll see you tomorrow right back here on the Mighty 1090.